And they are there largely as a theatrical device to facilitate Batman or Superman, whoever the lead is. So they're inevitably going to be in a second position. That's just a theatrical truth, I think. But they're important.
So one of my favorite episodes of Justice League animated series is episode Epilogue, where you have this great speech that you give to Ace. Do you remember anything about shooting that episode at all? If not, what would be the difference between...
You only did a few dozen.
I only did a few hundred. I'm sorry, I don't.
What was the difference between, was there any difference between like shooting Batman and Justice League?
Oh God, yeah. Because in Batman, you know, it was me and the villain basically. I had so much to do. Suddenly I was one of 5 or 7 or whatever it was.
Having to share your room.
Yeah, I just share everything. And also I was the outsider. He was really cast as the outsider, the one who couldn't fit in. Which was fun to play, but it meant that I was, by nature, peripheral to the action often. So I just didn't have as much to do. But what was fun was when I did have something to say, it was always very powerful, because it was that sort of dark voice from the corner saying, "Oh, really?" You know, it was that kind of sarcastic, you know, joy killer. But no, I had much more to do in the previous shows. That's always fun.
We have time for a couple more. I'm going to go right here. Oh, what NDAs do you want to break today, Kevin?
No, I can't. That's always so
lawsuits,
loaded,
Kevin?
because you want to tell people what you're working on, but you can't. I got into that mistake early on where I thought, oh, I'm promoting the show, so I'll tell people what I'm doing. And then you get calls from Warner Brothers like, you know, we're going to sue you if you keep talking.
Well, you could tell us just Justice League Action. This is the
Well, JLA, the new show Justice League Action, which is on now, which they have not yet picked up more of, but we did a lot as a first order. And that cast is fantastic. I mean, there's James Woods and Diedrich Bader, and
some guy named Mark Hamill. Doing a couple voices.
Cloris Leachman, Carl Reiner. I mean, the cast is amazing. It's amazing. They got everybody in that show. So there's a lot of fun in that show.
Right here. Fill in the glasses. Yeah, you. I've seen you before. Who was a particularly powerful partner?
I hate to admit this, but the more interesting thing about Batman, the animated series, and all the Batman shows, are the villains. The villains are phenomenal, which is why Arkham Asylum was such a great idea for a video game, because all these insane, crazy, exotic people are locked up in the same building. None of them were killed, because Batman doesn't kill. So the idea that they're all there and Batman gets trapped in there with them was brilliant, because those, to be honest, those are the really fun roles to play. Those characters are so exotic. And the actors who were really great, so many. I have to point out Clancy Brown, who's phenomenal. John Glover, who did the Riddler. John, I've done many plays with over the years. I've known for about 40 years, 35 years. We've done a lot of Shakespeare together. He's a phenomenal actor. I love working with John. On JLA, Diedrich Bader, I've become really good friends with. He's a lot of fun to play with. He plays Buster Gold, and he's nuts. He's completely nuts. But Booster Gold. Buster Gold.
But hey, you're giving him a new character.
Yeah. But it's the great thing about Andrea's casting. There have been so many great actors, but definitely Clancy, definitely John Glover. I'm not thinking right now, but there have been a lot of them.
An embarrassment of riches.
Well, I hate to admit it, but the shows are really about them. They have a lot more to do than Batman does.
So one last audience question. We're going to wrap things up, and it's going to be you right here, young lady with the flowers.
What animated series episode would you like to see adapted?
Is there an episode that you would love to see as the basis of a
Well,
feature?
Perchance to Dream actually would be incredible.
This panel brought to you by Perchance
And I'll
to
do
Dream.
all 5 roles.
Well, Kevin, just earlier today, just before we brought you in here, I brought you in to say hi to Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, the legendary guys who've been doing Batman for 5 years. And as I alluded to earlier, you've been doing this role in a way that has defined the character for so many people. And have you ceased to be surprised when you're introduced to somebody who, oh, this is the new hot person who's writing this character, who's producing this game that has based so much of the way that they see Batman on the way that you performed it. What is it like to have to wrestle with that?
It's funny when you... it's weird. It's just, it always amazes me. You just do what you do in life to get through. You just go from job to job to job, and you look back, as I was saying earlier, and you think, oh my God, I've done 25 years of this. I've established all this work. When you're doing it, you don't realize you're doing it. And I still don't have that perspective. When I'm going through TSA at the airport, and they look at the thing and they go, why is Batman going to LA? I go, how do you know? And they go, well, I know who you are. Everyone knows who you are. I'm always so shocked. A cop car in New York, I lived most of my time in New York, I was crossing Broadway, and I hear the cop car, and I thought, oh man, what did I do now? And he pulls me over, and out on the loudspeaker, I go, Batman, pull over. And I looked at him, and he goes, you're Kevin Conroy. We want our picture with you. These two cops get out. Big, beefy New York cops get out with their phones and they want to get a picture of Batman. I said, this is just too crazy. So it always amazes me. And I said to them, how do you know? I'm a voice.
So 2 little things, everybody. Again, 2 p.m. tomorrow in the big A hall upstairs. Kevin and Mark, don't miss that. Kevin is going to be here tomorrow during the day. How many? Just out of curiosity, how many of you out here? This is your first Kevin Conroy Q&A that you've gone to.
Hello. Did you have a good time?
Let's hear it one more time for Mr. Kevin Conroy. Thank you again.